What's up all, it's Dragon Rock 86, and this is my review of the Marik structure deck that they have out right now. I've had this deck for quite a few months. I haven't put it in my binder yet. Don't know if I actually want to put it in the binder or not, but I figured I would do a review of this deck before I actually decide whether or not I want to. But anyways, let's get started. This deck was pretty spot on, I guess. They did fuck it up some, which I really hated, but they couldn't give you Marik's full power deck, or the duelists would be too powerful. But anyways, right off the bat, the two cards that you get are bonus cards is Mystical Beast of Circuit and Temple of the Kings. Now, to the actual deck. I've cut this deck to the cards that Marik never used, to the cards that Marik did use or would use. Lava Golem, he used it. Dralago, Nudoria, Dark Geroid, Legendary Fiend, Visper, Gilgarth. Now to the trap cards he used and would have used. Dark Illusion. I never seen him use it, but he would have used it because it's definitely him. Malevolent Catastrophe he's actually used, which is a pretty nice card too. Metal Reflect Slime was the final ace trap card that he used against Yugi-oh in the final duel of the Duelist Kingdom, I believe is what the tournament was called, but I'm not 100% sure. But he used that card. Nightmare Wheel he used against Joey Wheeler. Coffin Seller, I believe he used it against Joey Wheeler also. Skull Invitation he would have used. Mirror Force I believe he used. Acid Trap Hole would be something he would definitely use. Now on to the magic cards. Allure of Darkness he would have probably used. Magical Stone Excavation he's used. Foolish Burial he probably would have used. Necro Valley he never even used. Dark Room of Nightmare I believe he used it. Book of Moon probably would have used it. Nightmare Steel Cage he would have had. Creature Swap I think he's used it before. Mystical Space Typhoon I believe. Boganian he's used. But onto the cards that
I think he's living on the beach in a tent.
The Cold Snyder said they're not going to hide him, they're not going to harbor him, they're going to give him up quick.
See right where that guy is right there?
Yeah.
At nighttime there'll be a tent set up right there. That's his head. He's not here now though? No. Listen, Beth, I want to get in the back and done. Everybody knows what I look like. They don't know.
These are the cards that he never would have had. I don't know if he's had Mystic Tomato or not. He doesn't seem like the type to actually have these kind of cards, the summoning cards like that. But the cards he's never used. Gravekeeper's Assailant, 2 copies of that. Gravekeeper's Commandant, however you say it, sorry. Gravekeeper's Visionary. Gravekeeper's Descendant. Gravekeeper's Guard, 2 copies of that. Gravekeeper's Spear Soldier. Gravekeeper's Chief. Gravekeeper's Cannon Holder. Gravekeeper's Curse. Gravekeeper's Spy. Well, 2 copies of Gravekeeper's Spy. But that's it. That's all the cards you get in the Marik structure deck. Now, these cards weren't really all that bad. I mean, if you like Marik that much, I guess you could get this deck because it does give you some of his really good cards. But all in all, I'm not sure about this deck because Marik's been my favorite evil villain in all of the Yu-Gi-Oh universe for like ever, and I mean even more so than Maximilian Pegasus. And I just don't think they did. I think they more disgraced Marik with this deck than they actually did. I mean, Marik would never have Gravekeeper cards in his deck, ever, because he despised the fact that he carried the Pharaoh's secret to the Pharaoh's power on his back, and that he had to serve the Pharaoh all those years underground. And to him, these Gravekeeper cards would initiate that he is holder and keeper of the Pharaoh's secrets, and it would like make it like he's a devoted servant when he wasn't. He hated the Pharaoh, and he hated that he had to sacrifice his own life to do servitude to getting the Pharaoh's tattoos on his back, and he just hated it. So I think they really fucked up Marik's deck with this deck, but like I said, they did give quite a few of his good cards that he's actually used. So I would highly recommend this deck if you like Marik, because this is probably the only Marik deck they ever come out with. And B, I would recommend this deck if you're a Gravekeeper collector and you collect all the Gravekeeper cards. I would definitely get this deck because it has quite a few of the Gravekeeper cards. Like if you're trying to construct a Gravekeeper deck from the Gravekeeper Chief from Yugi-oh GX Season 1, then this would definitely be the deck for you because it has quite a few of the Gravekeeper cards, and it will help you strengthen your Gravekeeper deck all in all. But it's difficult to rate this deck because I like Marik. They did include quite a bit of his good cards, but 90% of the deck is Gravekeeper's cards, and he never used those cards, and it's more of a disgrace to Marik than anything. It just really pisses me off that they had to do that to him. They could have included more dark attribute cards or something like that, but they did all freaking Gravekeeper cards. I hated that. But anyways, leave a comment down below and tell me what you think about the new Marik structure deck. And maybe I'm the only one that's outraged about how they fucked up his deck. But maybe I'm not. I mean, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know. Leave a comment down below. This is Dragon Lord Rocket 86. Catch you all later.